The American road trip is truly getting underway today, our first long leg, as we kick off from here in Dallas with a visit to Pagani of Dallas before we're going to hit the road with the two Schmeemobiles out here for a long journey out of Texas through Oklahoma into Kansas to go and visit my friend HOOVIE'S garage to catch up with Tyler. But before we do, we're going to be heading inside to the showroom here because they have not one, but two of the new Pagani Imola Roadsters. There are only 8 in the entire world, and we're going to be spoiled to a special preview of a brand new Utopia that's just been delivered to a customer in a stunning specification. Then, of course, these two. It's what they're here for. We've brought this out to travel across the country. It's particularly humid, as you can kind of tell from the air conditioning that's been running in overdrive, but we've got a long journey ahead of us. The visit to Pagani, 7 or 8 hours on the road, and up to see HOOVIE. Last year, I took this car armed with its pop art wrap and then a roof box on the top down through the south of France. We drove on some amazing roads onwards to Monaco and Spain for an adventure with it, but this time around we're joined by the Mustang Dark Horse, somewhere to put the luggage. There's no space to speak of in the GT, but we've got this with us, the car that lives out here in the USA. However, our first stop of the day is here at Pagani of Dallas for the cars that are lurking inside the showroom, the Imola Roadsters. I've never really taken a look at one. Let's head straight in. Welcome. Come in and take a look, because like I said, you don't often see one of these, let alone two. And this is just the start of today. We're also going to go and check out that Utopia I mentioned. Then we're going to hit the road and see how the adventure unfolds as we make our way up towards HOOVIE'S garage. Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the way to start a road trip in style. Like I said, how often do you find yourself in the company of one of a car that's as rare as this, let alone 2 of them? But here at Pagani of Dallas, the 2 Imola Roadsters. Now, a few years ago, I was lucky to drive a Pagani Imola Coupe. They had launched the car based on the Huayra platform as something even more bespoke. That particular car in a crazy specification out in California. But of course, fast forward a few years, and we now have the Roadsters. There are 8 in total. These are number 7 and number 8. And of course, the name itself, Imola, comes from the famous race circuit in Italy. Back here you have the badging with the 8 of 8, and the reason for this is the extensive testing that Pagani did with the cars at Imola to put on the miles and make sure they're testing something that is absolutely brutal. Now, from back here, the view you have of the ceramic coated exhaust system within the back, of course the 6-litre twin turbocharged V12 that sits just in front of it, mid-rear mounted, it makes 850 horsepower, 1,100 newton meters of torque, yet the car only weighs 1,260 kilos. Trust me, that's a recipe for a whole lot of fun. Now, when it comes to Pagani, it's about all of the details, and there are quite a few changes for the Imolas and the Imola Roadster. This is effectively a different car. For example, here on the nose, you've got this knacker duct for managing the airflow coming through. But when it comes to things like the paintwork and the extra elements and detailing, look at this. Look at the way this is painted to create that different shape around the side. Come and take a look actually as well at the interior of this car. I love that tricolore stripe that runs through the middle of the seat up towards the Imola Roadster headrest embroidery at the top. And if you were sitting in there, you'd be hearing the noise coming through that snorkel, the intake sounds, all of the drama, all of the excitement. There are so many things. And in fact, if I show you actually on this car right here, look at how it's got this really dark tinted carbon fiber, but all of these anodized elements, including the Imola Roadster badging worn here at the side. We've also, if we come up, look at this, the base of the mirror arm. The mirrors are actually a green tint carbon fiber with the green anodized bases. Even the headlamp bezels that you have here as well. And take a look at this. These are the active aero flaps at the very front, even the supports for those. And you can see this dark green tint for the livery over the top of the carbon fiber bodywork. It's all of these special elements that you see around that add up to create something even more than the sum of its parts. I mean, even the latches, right? These famous leather straps that you have for opening up the clamshells front and rear have the leather and the stitching to match. It's that attention to detail, that focus that you just don't really get anywhere else. Now, these are stunning cars in very different specifications, but these aren't the only thing that we're here to see. So I think we should pop and check out this Utopia. Very quickly, before we roll out, look at this interior. Look at the way this is finished. The leathers, Alcantaras, different materials. Absolutely stunning. Plus, over on this car, I want to show you around towards the back, because back here, the tricolore detailing on the diffuser, the green, white, and red that runs around the back, Also beautiful. Even the showroom, in fact, you've got the carbon fiber inserts here on tiles for the flooring. You've got all of the feel behind, like you're in a village in Modena with the brick wall. Always totally stunning when it comes to a Pagani. Different specifications. Look, my eyes are immediately drawn to colors, to carbon samples, to all of the different things that you can do when it comes to speccing a car like this, as I got to experience through the Utopia configurator not long ago. Talking of Utopia, let's head out. You know, when I said that we were going to go and take a look at a special Utopia, this car is beautiful. Look at this. I got to drive one of these recently in Italy for the first time. One of the cars equipped with the manual gearbox. There are 99 cars, and you could opt whether you have the automated manual as this has or the manual. And I was completely blown away, the way that the Utopia drives. But when you take in the specification and what the customer of this car has chosen to do, my goodness, the entire bodywork is the exposed carbon fiber. Come and take a closer look at it though, because every element has this tinted lacquer in the iridescent blue, purple, green finish, which is just out of this world. Not only the body though, even elements like the wheels. These are the optional Aeroblade wheels, and the carbon blade around those, again tinted in exposed carbon fiber. Come up here though, and there's a different weave that's used for the canopy. You notice that much smaller weave in the carbon finish, and also over the top where you have the windows for that super airy cabin, the painted livery that runs across the top and the back of it. Here you have the cooling and the view through towards that V12 engine, 864 horsepower, made by the AMG-derived V12, the engine that was previewed in the Imola Roadster BC. But this is just, again, even back here, come and look at this. You've got the larger weave over the arches and the main bodywork, these aero channels, and you've got this smaller weave again here for the rear wing, for the active mounts that you have here that move around, of course, the Pagani shape. You have the quad exhaust tailpipes, of course, finished with the ceramic coated exhaust tucked inside there as well. This thing is a work of art. I know that's a kind of cliched phrase, but to walk around this is just mind-blowing. It's stunning. In fact, let me come around because I need to open this door for you and just show you inside. And it's a huge thanks to the owner of this car for the opportunity to share it and take a look at it today, because this is really, really something special. Look at that. I actually saw parts of this cabin being assembled when I went for my tour of the atelier in Italy back earlier this year. I saw some of those purple anodized dials, toggles, and switchgear being made, the parts being put together, the instrument cluster, for example. And here it is. And I love that contrast, but matching with the stripe on the exterior with this white leather and the stitching in here that goes with the paintwork on the outside. This is something else. I know I'm kind of laboring on taking a look at it, but what can I say, right? This is a particularly beautiful car, and this is just how our day is starting today. Wow, that's really nice. I have to draw your attention to some of the details here quickly. Look at the stitching on the headrest. Notice how it's in dual tone. You've got the blue and the purple. Then you have elements like the seatbelt latch with purple stitch, whereas the steering wheel is with blue stitch. And it's all of those different things that you can spend so long working with Pagani to get perfect. You've got the shift paddles here, finished in carbon fiber, tinted to match the exterior. The shift knob down there as well, again, all matching together. That is the most special of special interiors. Check this out. Pagani of Dallas, Dealer of the Year 2022. Look at that, straight out of the dashboard. Love little ornaments and things like that. Plus, of course, the furniture, the way they make these tables. This is just, it's a work of art like the cars, right? And there we have one of the Imola Roadster roofs, which has its storage trolley when you're not using it on the car. Back out then, because it's about to be time to hit the road. We're actually gonna head just a couple of minutes to go grab a bite to eat, take these two, get this started. We've got, I think, about 350 miles ahead of us today. I'm gonna hop into the GT in a moment. Just gotta sort out my bag and all my stuff that we have in the Dark Horse. Obviously, road trip life, we've got stuff absolutely everywhere. All the soft toys and everything else that's traveling with us, including Shmoo the cow, who is going to be quite well done inside the window of the Ford GT, which will be absolutely boiling right now, I imagine. In we hop. It is GT start time. It is going to be ridiculously hot in here, as expected, very toasty. All right, what are we at? The main road trip begins at 12,400 miles. I gotta say, the tunnels out of Dallas,
This is a pretty cool place. These intersections are genuinely crazy with the amount of flyovers and crazy high overpasses. But look at that, full thumbs up out the window. Everywhere you go with a car like this gets so much attention. It's genuinely crazy driving this thing here in the US, significantly more so than back at home. Just totally bonkers. And of course, we're here with both. The dark horse beside me, what a beast. What a V8 growl. As we make our way up the toll roads of Texas on our route today. It's hot, I am gonna add that. In here, the AC really struggles with keeping it cool in these temperatures, similar to being at Kota, right? Because it's just intense. It's beating down on us. I mean, look at this like jungle of spaghetti all over the road up in front of us, with highways, flyovers, things going in all sorts of crazy different directions. And also, similarly to being in California, how people fly down the roads, like this chap, just boom, 90 odd miles an hour through this place. Look at that, what are there, like 5 tiers of flyovers up there? Madness, absolute madness, this place. But hey, we've got these two, we're on the road. This is kind of what it's about. Wait, actually, maybe as we go under the tunnels here. We are now entering Oklahoma. The sign for the state is just up ahead of us. So both of these cars making their maiden visits to the state of Oklahoma. We've just stopped for gas. We've got Monster Max. Is Whiston Diesel in town? That is a big old truck over there. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, we're filling up both of these. Look at that thing. Look at the way it crabs. That's hilarious. Oklahoma things, hey? Love it. You might be wondering why the back of this car is quite so dirty right now. It's a little bit dusty, and in fact, even the wheels, come and have a look at the wheels, they basically look like they are kind of full of sand. The reason for that is that we've had a little excursion on our way to the gas station because the highway was basically closed and fully blocked with a traffic jam. We just followed the nav, and the nav took us down a dirt road, and ergo, we now have two very, very, very dirty cars. But talking two different cars, we're now going to swap into the Dark Horse. And talking swapping, this is where the sponsor of today's video comes in, Surfshark, because when you're browsing online, sometimes you want to swap and change your location. And why would you do that? Well, just like how different cars offer different driving experiences, let's say you want to go to the racetrack in the Ford GT, or more of a GT cruise in the Dark Horse, by setting a VPN to a different location means that you remove geographic barriers, whether that's restrictions on something you're trying to access, or whether, like we do, you're trying to book flights or hotels, and you get different pricing, different rates, depending where you're accessing from, and we always want to get the best value when we're planning a road trip like this. In the same way that paint protection film is going to look after the side of the car here, and that's nothing to worry about, think of Surfshark VPN as your protection film for the internet to protect you from anything bad that could happen. You can imagine to send this car over, I had to submit all sorts of documents, the car's registration, my personal IDs and passports, and of course it's important then to be connected to a VPN to make sure that your data is encrypted and safe, and that you don't find yourself using a public Wi-Fi who knows where with who knows who snooping on you. One of the best things is that you can use Surfshark VPN on multiple different devices, and, but shh, don't tell the guys from Surfshark this, you can even share it with your friends. Now it's about to be time for us to hit the road in the Mustang, joined by the GT, and it's time for you guys to try Surfshark VPN. There's no risk with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and using my coupon code SHME, you get 4 months extra. Well, for us, let's go hit the road. All the information you need is down below. It's Mustang time. That is insanely loud. I have no idea where we are right now. Listen to that. Look at the trucks on the back of it. We are literally in the middle of nowhere. That got a lot quieter. I have no idea. I don't know. We're going. Alrighty, in the Mustang. Let's get this started. How many miles do we have now? 9,600. We're nearly at the big 10,000. GT alongside. Right, let's get ready. That GT is definitely looking a little bit lost here. But there's something kind of fun about that. Figure out which way to go. It's so dusty. Straight through the big holes. Good thing we're in this car. Oh man. Right, figure out which way to go, and one step at a time. I think around here, if you see that thing driving, you get a little bit confused and surprised. I can't believe what a mess this is. But we are now joining the highway, back into the traffic jam that we had been trying to avoid. But I guess we will unfortunately have the last bit of it. C'est la vie. Welcome to the Kansas Turnpike, and that sign right up there is the one. Welcome to Kansas, another state on this tour. Well, nobody expects a road trip to go by without a little bit of bad weather. Sun trying to poke through, but yeah, that's not really what we wanted. Well, look where we are, and look what we've got in front of us. That would be a Cybertruck. That's not what I was expecting. Right, out we hop. What is going on here?
It's an invasion of fancy Fords.
How you doing?
Welcome to the farm.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How's it going?
I'm fine. It's my editor Jake.
How you doing?
And there's April. You've met her before.
How are you?
Welcome.
And there's the triangle.
The triangle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gonna go for a bit of a tour?
Yes. So this barn is 1940s. It was the largest structure to store cars in this place that I bought, but it's still pretty cool. But I don't have anything nice here right now because it's still dirt and construction and everything. So you're seeing everything as a mess.
I know that feeling very well, because when you have construction going on, if you leave cars around for about 5 seconds, coated, layer of grime.
Yep, the Fisker Karma is definitely that, but it's misbehaving, so it deserves it, you know. But it's next to insulation, you know, all kind of building materials, and just washer and dryer, just all kinds of trash.
Like stuff all over the place.
Yeah,
But Hoopties are supposed to misbehave.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So yes, the super Hoopties are here, but the new building is up.
Oh, this is
It's coming.
exciting.
I know BenPack came and gave you a lot of lifts, and they're hooking me up as well. So that was recently delivered here.
Ready to go big.
Yes.
Because I'll never forget your triple stack.
I still have it. It's going to get moved. So with these, there's going to be two-post work lifts over there. It's a little dark, so it's kind of hard to see right now. You haven't got the lighting in yet, have you? No lighting in here yet. But there'll be basically triples, because I can do height.
That's so cool.
2 triples and then my 3 wide, to where it sort of makes an H for Hoovie's Garage.
Okay, that's just showing off.
It's kind of stupid. And then at this angle,
it's not stupid at all.
the next time you come back, you'll see it. It's supposed to look like a vintage gas station. So you can kind of see the shape of this being the canopy. There's my loft in the office over there, up above it. But there'll be 2 gas pumps right here. So all of my antiques, my classics can sort of be in this corner. And I have 2 different sort of settings to film in.
And then storage space.
Storage, yes, exactly.
And kind of lounge, chill out upstairs.
Exactly. Not quite as fancy as you, but I'm trying.
Trust me, you'll get carried away. I started very similarly. Actually, no, you started with nothing. You've literally done the floor, the concrete, and the whole building. Yeah. I was at least spoiled that I had a building to begin with.
Well, yours was for chickens, poultry, or what?
Cows.
Cows? That's what it was. Okay.
But I didn't have even the concrete floor. So it was literally a circular, milking parlor thing. I don't know how to describe it. Not my area of expertise. We did the floor, and then had to do the lighting, had to do everything. Have recently obviously done the whole mezzanine and office stuff. Right. But it was like this at one point.
Yeah, I had a milking barn actually, because this property was built in 1895, and that was the only building that I tore down. So it was in the middle, so now I have a bit of a backyard. Yeah. But I'm trying to stand with the wind, so backwards better.
It just got really windy.
Yeah. I'll walk backwards, but I still have the old lean-to, so this is probably 100 years old.
Really? That's cool.
It's been kind of cleaned up a little bit. It has my 72 Ford. This is my Jurassic Park Jeep replica here, so you can kind of see it's done in the whole spec. It's kind of weathered and looks cool, like it got left on the island or whatever. And then this is a 996 Turbo, midway into a Safari build. So it has the lift kit and the rocker bars and all that stuff. But it was an ex-Las Vegas rental, has 140,000 miles on it. And it
still runs?
Oh, runs beautifully, but it's been repainted, and they wanted to get attention, so they painted it with a bunch of glitter in it. like bass boat glitter or stripper glitter, and that has since faded. So it's the perfect like rat rod to make a safari build out of, you know?
Las Vegas glitter.
Right. So this is sort of the backyard now. Our Good Morning YouTube studios and the guest cottage back there.
Cool.
That chicken coop is very, very old. But this is my paradise now. Yeah.
What a cool space. Just the fields, just nothing around. It's going to be you and the cars.
Exactly.
So how many cars will you be able to fit in here when it's...
I don't know. I mean, you think you'll never fill the space, and then you just absolutely jam pack it. Yep. So I'm not doing all the stacker lifts yet like you, but I imagine someday I'll get to that point.
Well, the good thing is if you plan it for now, that it's just what you can fit in here, then it means that obviously when the amount of stuff goes up in future, you've got the space for it. Like, it can all fit in.
Right. It's just so exciting to be able to step out from my house a few steps and then all the cars to be in one place. It's like the dream. Because you have a bit of a commute to get to your shop?
It's a couple of miles.
Museum. So a few miles isn't bad, but...
it's not just a walk. If I've forgotten something, I do have to go and get a car. And
Right. Because right now, even the hangar being 5 minutes away, it's still, you go there sort of an A to A, because I can't really bring anything home right now because I don't really have proper storage and all the construction dust and everything. So I'm very excited. Probably about a month away. You're a month early from seeing everything pretty close to done.
Sounds like an excuse to come back at some point. Then.
Absolutely.
Maybe when there aren't like tornadoes and thunderstorms and stuff.
Oh, it's constant. It's been wild. Yeah. So you've seen some of the footage recently?
We've seen some dramatic weather. We were down in Houston when it was dramatic. We actually drove through the south of Oklahoma today, where the horrendous one ripped through.
Right, Oklahoma, yeah.
You know that the big warehouse that got shredded to pieces? We drove past that this morning, which was kind of crazy. But yeah. I guess lights going down fast.
Yep.
As you do. Later on, we'll have to head over to the warehouse and
certainly, head over to the hangar. Yeah.
Check it out.
Okay. All right. Yep. Whoa. So
we're going to take this thing.
Yes. Go over to the Hooptie hangar.
Swapping from Ford GT and Dark Horse
to
the Hooptie hangar.
The triangle refrigerator machine to the Hooptie hangar. Yes.
All right. There's got to be a first for everything. Here we are. This is totally normal, isn't it? So literally when that's up, you just drive.
Correct.
This sounds really silly, but I spend very little time around these things. This feels weird, doesn't it?
Consider yourself blessed.
How many miles have you done on it? 197 miles.
That's the range, actually, of what's left on the battery. It has about 1,400 miles on it in a month, so that's not too bad.
Not too bad at all, to be honest. Do you have access to a fast charger, or are you just managing?
I actually modified the clothes dryer plug in the back condo, and it charges at about 13 or 15 miles an hour.
Okay.
I've supercharged it once or twice, just getting it back home from delivery. But otherwise, it's been solid. The steer-by-wire is pretty fun, so crank to crank, like turn the wheel all the way to max. See, that's it.
Whoa!
Because it's steer-by-wire.
That is bizarre.
It is very nimble, but...
So where are we heading?
Make a right. Feel free to floor it. This is not the Cyber Beast, but still, it's pretty quick.
Yep.
3.6 seconds to 60 versus Cyber Beast, I think, is about a second quicker.
Head inside. Here we are.
The Hooptie hangar.
That's cool.
So they built a little 3-bedroom condo inside of a large hangar. Seems like the perfect spot for... plane, car enthusiast, anything, right?
Not gonna say no looking around inside here.
Yeah, so this is sort of the temporary holding area of my cars. Wow. And a good place to stash yours before the storms come in, huh?
Oh yeah. Wow. Can I just say, this is cool.
Isn't this fun?
This is really cool.
So a big entertainment space. You know, we have the butler and disco ball.
You have a massive disco ball upstairs.
Proper parties, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is really cool. What a garage setup. The cars around us.
Yep.
The GT just lurking in the middle.
Shmeemobiles are here.
How cool is that? I'm a little bit speechless. What a cool garage.
Isn't it neat?
Not to even mention the cars yet.
Right. Yeah, so I pretty much had 100% turnover since you were here.
I think so.
3 or 4 years ago. I guess there's some that might still remain, but Yeah, this one's a 46 Chrysler Town and Country, so a woody. It's real wood on here, straight eights, fluid drive, just big old boat. And this is a weird Callaway C8 Supernatural.
Yeah.
So 4th generation Camaro. The Countach might have been around.
You had. We took the Countach and we took the Mercy down to visit Brian.
So of the 3 Lamborghinis I had, you know, because you had the orange Mercy and you talked about how uncomfortable it was and all that stuff. Yeah.
Awkward.
It's true. It's all true. I don't have that one anymore.
Less awkward than these.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
The first one of these I drove was Stradman's last year. And I didn't realize how difficult, like even the pedal box is. Your feet are kind of on top of each other.
Oh yeah, I call it Lambo yoga, just squeezing yourself into the thing. Absolutely. But of the 3 Lambos that I had, this is the only survivor. I love the Countach very much. But I guess I've been skewing a little more classic lately. Some of these aren't mine, but the 49 Cadillac is, and it's sort of a resto mod. The 62 Corvette behind it is. This is a friend's, a 71 Jeepster. But then we get into more, you know, your territory here.
Stuff I know better.
Yeah, the SLR Roadster. I had the SLS and the SLR at the same time for a while. And I just, even though the SLR drives better, yours is a Black Series, so it's more special, obviously. I just had a normal SLS, but I just felt like this was more of an occasion to get in and drive this thing. It just, even though it has the bad automatic gearbox and the weird brakes, just getting this car felt cooler to me. So I would get
totally fair.
More often, so I just ended up selling the SLS. And this sort of was a replacement to it as well, as far as my road trip GT car.
We're going to save that for a little bit more information.
Okay.
A little bit more
Absolutely.
to talk about that. The Maybach, where did I see you? I saw you somewhere with this. Did you have it at Barrett-Jackson?
I did, yes. So it's a Maybach 62 with 107,000 miles on it, I think now.
Of course, I've just worked it out. We bumped into each other outside the Ferrari dealer.
Right.
In Scottsdale.
Yes. So this is rare because it has the partition, which meant 100 more thousand, so it's about mid-$400,000 MSRP originally. I bought it for 40 grand, and it has the electrochromatic roof and all that stuff. So that's what it was famous for there.
Yeah.
And all the photos back in the day. So the depreciation is just absolutely massive.
Tough one to stomach for somebody.
The car's massive as well, but yeah, there's the old cop car kind of smoking the Bandit, which was the second highest grossing film behind Star Wars in 1977. So I have the Bandit car and sort of the cop car to look like it. That has a flat tire. It's a Hooptie. But
I like with the pinball machines and the arcades as well.
And Outrun 2. My grandmother's SL, that's my first car. She gave it to me when I was 16. I guess that was in the last video as well. It's an 85 500 SL. The Z8's a wonderful machine. I put the Alpina wheels on it, but it's not an Alpina because they're all automatics with the worst engine. So it's the good engine, but with the good wheels. And
but that was the thing in America, wasn't it? They were the Alpina wheels over here.
Right. But it was with the different engine, like a normal V8, not an M-car V8, and all automatics. But then the wheels were beautiful, so I switched that up. So it's got the M5, like the E39 M5 engine, 6-speed manual, and then the Alpina wheels. And then the Vanquish.
That was Freddie's?
It's been everybody's. So it was Ed's first. He imported it from Colombia, the country, owned by a cartel member or something like that. Then Freddie purchased it.
So I've seen this at Freddie's shop.
Right. So it's gone through all 3 of us, and I guess I'm the one who's kept it the longest now. So he has his DBS with the 6-speed, so it was extra for him.
That's funny how that's gone around.
Yep, and then the Schmeemobiles are here, and this is my big tow pig, my massive conversion van.
So it's actually kind of funny, because last time I came to visit you was with my GT500. Mm-hmm. You then had one after that.
Yes.
In the same color, I think, right?
I did. I bought a yellow GT500, yeah.
And then now back with a different Mustang. This is
the new one, the Dark Horse. It does look really neat.
It's kind of cool.
I can't believe you pulled up, I guess because this is just so much more comfortable than the Ford GT.
We've done some swapping around. I've been letting Brad drive the GT.
Right. So not a bad temporary storage situation for the cars while the main garage at home gets fixed. I can't complain, obviously.
No. It's got to be hard moving this, though. I mean, I think you did an episode update about
it. It only costs $10,000 each time I have to move it. So I'm gonna have to pay that again to move it into the new garage. But it's such a dramatic display piece because unlike the normal individual ones that are fine, these cars are just hanging. They're dangling from those wires, and it just gives that floating feeling that it just looks cool.
Yeah, so. It looks really, really cool. So earlier today, we were actually checking out some really cool Paganis.
Oh yeah?
Would you ever have a Pagani? Is it your kind of thing?
I think that's probably out of my league, most likely.
You never know what the future has.
It'd be a 300 SL Gullwing or a Veyron, I think, are my top two if I was going to get into that 7-figure bracket with something. Yeah.
Interesting. Gullwings or Veyrons. Two iconic classics.
Yeah.
The Veyron is now a classic, right?
Right.
20 years old.
I would say so, yeah.
That makes us feel old. Doesn't feel like that long ago they came out.
Right.
What a cool place.
Well, thank
Thanks for having
you.
us.
Yeah.
Wait, what's tucked in back there?
Oh, it's a 458 Spider, a friend of mine's under a cover. So, yeah.
I was wondering if there was a secret.
No, not really. Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah.
Epic. What a place to be. This is super cool. That's actually amazing. Apparently, my dark horse is being moved forwards. But that works, that works. Out the way for the moment. It's so cool that these cars are here right now. Nice. Nice one. I think that is pretty much where we're going to wrap things up. It is amazing to be here. I'm genuinely mind blown by the hangar, where we are at the moment, and by the whole project. HOOVIE'S farm, HOOVIE'S new home, and the project, and the new garage and everything. And of course, an update on some of the cars, a look around. We have gone from Dallas via a road trip with these two, having checked out all of the Paganis earlier, to now being here in Kansas. Some new states for these cars, some new places for us to visit, and I tell you what, there's a lot more still to come in front of us. I cannot wait to share what is going to be coming up as well. Plus, we're going to be talking more about the 599, more about the manual 599, so stay tuned for that. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Do go check out Tyler's channel if you'd like to see more of HOOVIE'S Garage. Links are all down below as always, and I shall see you again very soon. Cheers!